Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really important topic. It's about supporting ourselves or, our loved ones when appetite starts to become a challenge.
Mm.
You, our listener, actually pointed us towards a great resource for this. It's the book, Making Every Mouthful Count, Recipes to Help Those with Poor Appetites Gain Weight. That's by Celia Mannering, RDD, and you can find it on Amazon.
It's a really practical book.
Yeah, so our mission today is to pull out the key insights, the really practical stuff from this book, so you get the knowledge without feeling, well, overwhelmed. It's like a shortcut, really. And we've got our expert here to add some context.
Great to be here. Yeah, this book addresses a big issue, poor appetite. It really impacts quality of life. And Celia Mannering gives some, very grounded, useful advice.
Okay, so the book kicks off by looking at something we maybe take for granted, our appetite.
Right. Usually we're trying to control it, maybe.
Exactly, if we're watching our weight or something.
Hmm.
But Mannering, she's a registered dietitian, she points out it's only really when that desire to eat just fades that we realize how vital it actually is.
Yeah, the book kind of reframes it, doesn't it? It's not just about wanting food. It's a fundamental sign of health. And when it's gone, that signals a real problem.
And the emotional side, too.
Oh, absolutely. The author talks about the toll it takes, not just on the person, but on their families who are trying so hard to help.
Yeah, drawing on her NHS experience, Mannering mentions seeing older patients losing weight, and understandably, the family is getting really frustrated. Everyone wants the same thing, right?
Hmm.
Increase food intake, stop the weight loss.
But the huge hurdle, as the book highlights, is the lack of appetite itself. It's not
Yeah.
just, oh, eat more. It's trying to eat when you have absolutely no desire. It can feel,
Mm,
well, she says, unattainable, like climbing a mountain for some people.
totally. And a key message, I think, is challenging that idea that weight loss is just, an inevitable part of getting older. Mannering argues it's often preventable. So this book, it's written for people with poor appetite
Mm.
and also for anyone cooking for them.
And this is super important, something the book flags right at the start.
Ah, yes, the GP advice.
Exactly. If you or someone you know is losing weight without trying, the absolute first step is always talk to a GP before using the book's advice.
Crucial point. Because it could be something else underlying it.
Right. Needs checking out properly.
Okay, so assuming that's done, the book gets practical. It looks at dietary strategies. Why does appetite diminish, especially with age or illness? That feeling of getting full really quickly.
Yeah, early satiety. And the book draws a really clear line. Not enough calories in it means weight comes off. Simple as that, really. Calories are fuel.
Right, like fuel for a car, the book says.
Mm-hmm. And if the tank's not getting filled, the body uses its reserves. Hence, weight loss.
And Mannering lists quite a few things that can contribute, especially for older adults. It's
Mhm.
often not just one thing, is it?
No, rarely. It could be, depression, loneliness, maybe dementia, problems swallowing or chewing.
The denture's not fitting properly?
Exactly. Or changes in taste and smell, constipation, side effects from medication, even just finding it harder to get out shopping or stand and cook.
It really shows how complex it can be, which loops back to why seeing the doctor is step one.
Definitely. And the book mentions practical things too, like getting dentures checked. Simple, but makes a difference.
And the social side of eating, too.
Yes. Suggesting things like luncheon clubs or community cafes, making meals less isolating. Age UK is mentioned as a resource too.
It's a good reminder food isn't just fuel, it's connection. The book really hammers home why addressing weight loss matters. Even with a smaller appetite, the body's nutritional needs don't just vanish.
No, they don't. And that's where the risk of malnutrition comes in. Not getting enough protein, calories, vitamins, minerals. The statistics she quotes, about 1 in 10 older people in the UK being malnourished or at risk, that's quite stark.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, okay, what nutrients does the book say to focus on boosting? Calories are first, right?
Calories are top priority, especially if someone's underweight or lost weight quickly. It's about getting that energy in.
Using that car analogy again, need fuel for the engine.
Precisely. And the book points out that fat is the most concentrated source of calories.
Ah.
So lots of the recipes cleverly use healthy fats, often to bump up calories without making the portion huge. That's key for people who feel full quickly.
Makes sense. And then protein.
Yep, vital. The book explains it's needed for muscles, bones, skin, organs, plus fighting infection, healing wounds. Really important stuff.
So the recommendation is protein-rich foods.
At least twice a day, ideally. Things like meat, fish, eggs, beans, nuts.
And the recipes, they show the nutritional info.
They do. Calorie and protein content for each one. And often they compare it to like a standard version of the dish. So you can see how much the fortification helps.
That's useful.
What's interesting, though, is that the book deliberately doesn't give strict daily targets for older people.
Oh, why is that?
Well, the author suggests it could cause stress. If someone's really struggling, hitting a specific target might feel impossible and just add anxiety. The focus is more on just increasing intake, making every mouthful count, as the title says.
Ah, okay. That's quite insightful. What about vitamins and minerals?
The general advice is that a varied diet should cover most bases. Supplements might be needed sometimes, but again,
Talk to the doctor first.
always. The book gives vitamin D as an example for older adults in the UK because of less sun exposure. That's often recommended.
Right. And fluids. Easily forgotten, but so important.
Hugely important. The book really stresses hydration. Older adults are more vulnerable to dehydration for lots of reasons. Maybe they don't feel thirsty, mobility issues, worried about needing the loo.
Dementia can play a part, too.
Yes. And the book lists the signs: headaches, dry mouth, tiredness, dark urine. And the consequences are serious. Constipation, UTIs, even falls.
So the general aim is...
About 6 to 8 glasses or mugs a day. And simple tips like keeping a drink nearby, maybe trying fruit infusions if water gets boring.
Okay, so we've got the why and the key nutrients. Let's move on to the how, the practical ways to prevent more weight loss. The book emphasizes its individual, right, trial and error.
Absolutely. What works for one person might not work for another, and the main goal initially is just to stop more weight loss. Gaining weight back, if it happens, is usually gradual.
That realistic approach is good. So one key strategy is snacks.
Yes. Little and often. Snacks should be easy to grab, quick, tasty, and small enough so they don't spoil the next main meal. Table 1 in the book has loads of ideas, savory and sweet, designed to be nutrient-dense.
And this leads to that core idea, making every mouthful count. Food fortification.
Exactly, because just making meals bigger often doesn't work if someone has a poor appetite. So the idea is to pack more nutrition into the smaller amount they can manage.
So adding things to food without increasing the volume much.
Spot on. The book explains it really clearly, like enriching porridge. You can add full-fat milk instead of water, maybe some milk powder, a swirl of cream. Simple changes, big nutritional boost.
And table 2 is the guide for this.
Table 2 is fantastic. It's a list of fortifying ingredients: butter, cheese, cream, evaporated milk, milk powder, eggs, nuts, peanut butter, mayo, sugar, full cream milk.
Wow, quite a list.
Yeah. And for each one, it tells you if it's good for calories, protein, or both, and gives ideas on how to use them. Adding butter to veg, cream to soup, cheese sauce on things, milk powder into milky drinks, or mashed potato.
That sounds really practical.
Yeah.
But what about the concern, all that fat and sugar? Isn't that unhealthy?
The book tackles that directly. It explains that the usual healthy eating rules for younger, healthy people don't really apply here.
Different priorities.
Totally different. When someone's losing weight unintentionally and has a poor appetite, the number 1 priority is getting calories in, however they can manage them.
Right. The book uses an example, doesn't it? Like an uneaten healthy meal versus...
Versus an eaten slice of cake, exactly. The cake provides calories, the uneaten meal provides nothing. It's about pragmatism.
Got it. And drinks can be a good vehicle for nutrition, too.
Definitely. Milky drinks are encouraged. Fortified milkshakes can pack a real punch. There's a recipe for a high-energy one. Chapter 9 is all about drinks, hot and cold, designed to be nutritious and appealing.
The book also mentions those supplement drinks you can get.
Briefly, yes. High-energy, high-protein drinks from pharmacies or on prescription sometimes. The key thing is they should supplement, not replace, meals.
So take them between meals, maybe.
Or after meals, yeah, so they don't fill you up beforehand.
Okay, so to wrap up the practical tips, page 13 has a summary. Top tips for a poor appetite.
It's a great checklist. Things like trying new high-calorie drinks, having drinks after meals, actively fortifying food, eating whatever appeals, even chocolate, avoiding low-fat stuff.
Making the most of when appetite is better, like maybe breakfast time.
Yeah, using ready meals or meals on wheels if cooking is too much, trying to eat socially, keeping easy options on hand. Even gentle exercise might help stimulate appetite a bit.
It's a really comprehensive list. Now, the author, Celia Mannering, she had personal reasons for writing this.
She did. She talks about worrying about her own aging parents and finding there just wasn't a good practical recipe book out there for this specific situation.
So she combined her dietitian skills with her love of cooking. She used to be a chef.
Yeah, past experience as a chef. So she brought it all together to create this resource she felt was missing.
And it's aimed at both the person with the poor appetite and their caregivers.
Yes, very much so. And lots of the recipes are designed to be quick, simple, and many can be batch cooked and frozen. That's a big help for caregivers.
That practicality comes through again. Easy ingredients, simplest recipes first in each chapter.
Mm-hmm. And all tried and tested.
The section on using the freezer sounds really useful based on her own experience helping her mom.
Yes, really practical tips on containers, labeling clearly with dates and what's in it, and how to reheat things properly and safely.
The book also covers things like the ingredients used, fats, stock, milk powder.
Yeah, general info section. And guidance on fresh versus frozen ingredients. Plus, importantly, how to adjust recipes.
Adjusting for things like
For fat intolerance, lactose intolerance, gluten-free needs, vegetarian diets, it gives specific suggestions on how to adapt the recipes, which makes it much more versatile.
that's really thoughtful. And there's info on the nutritional data source, portion sizes.
Yes, and oven temperatures, all the background info you need.
And the recipe chapters cover everything from breakfast through to dinner, desserts, cakes, drinks, lots of variety.
Definitely. Fortified porridge, cheese and ham croissant, cottage pie, creamy mashed potatoes fortified, of course eaten mess, pistachio cookies, those high-energy milkshake.
Sounds quite appealing, actually.
It does, and the way the fortification is woven into normal, appealing recipes makes it feel less clinical and more achievable, I think.
So wrapping this up, our deep dive into making every mouthful count really shows it's packed with practical strategies, accessible recipes, all aimed at tackling poor appetite and preventing that unintentional weight loss.
It really is a user-friendly, empathetic guide. You can tell it comes from both professional knowledge and real-world experience.
We definitely recommend, if this topic is relevant for you or someone you care about, checking out Making Every Mouthful Count. Remember, it's available on Amazon.
Yeah. And maybe a final thought. This whole deep dive really highlights that link between food, well-being, and just connection, especially when appetite is low. It makes you think, doesn't it? How maybe just one small tip or recipe from this book could potentially improve someone's nutrition, sure, but also maybe their overall quality of life.
That's a great point to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope exploring Making Every Mouthful Count has given you some genuinely useful insights and practical ideas.